Ahead here, a former gymnast champion says she was sexually abused by a doctor working for the Team USA. Allegations are sending shockwaves throughout the entire gymnastics community. We'll speak with her lawyer here next. Two of the most famous names in gymnastics, Bella and Marta Karolyi, are named now in a sex abuse lawsuit brought up by a former member of the U.S. national team. The alleged victim claims she was sexually assaulted by a former USA gymnast doctor, Dr. Larry Nassar, and that the Karolyis, quote, turned a blind eye to the abuse. CNN has reached out to Dr. Nassar and the Karolyis. We have not heard from them. They have not responded. But joining me now is the attorney for the unnamed woman named being called Jane Doe in the lawsuit. Attorney Alex Cooney joins me. First of all, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
To talk about this. Obviously, this is one that's going to garner a lot of attention, and I'm sure the requests have been coming in.
Absolutely.
So your client was a member of the U.S. national team from 2006 to 2011. Some time has passed. Some will ask, why is she coming forward now?
You know, that's a good question, and it's a question that's involved in almost every single sexual abuse case that we have that our firm takes on is, you know, when this happens, especially to a child, you have a situation where this happened generally by a trusted person. They're scared they're not going to be believed, they're scared there could be retribution. They're scared for a lot of reasons. There's shame, there's guilt. So the fact that a sexual abuse victim doesn't come forward is, you know, nothing unusual. And you talk to any expert on the issue is, you know, that's just part of the process. Yeah. And so many people never come forward.
That's true. So that's true. I know that your client has accused the Karolyis of turning a blind eye and creating this toxic environment. Can you give us an idea of what that entailed?
Sure. So the national level gymnasts that go to the Karolyi Ranch, which are essentially selected from USA Gymnastics.
They're handpicked.
They're handpicked. They're the elite of the elite. Mm-hmm. And that's where people go to become the Simone Biles, to become the Carrie Strug. They go to Texas and they go to the Karolyi training facility. And when they do, they're subjected to, you know, they're not given enough food. Their rooms are searched for food. There's accounts of, you know, not being given enough water. So it's this sort of environment that allowed Dr. Larry Nassar to have access to our client because he was the confidant. He was the trusted one. He was the guy who would sneak them food, would sneak them candy. And that's how he gained trust and ultimately access to our client.
My producer and I were talking about the fact that a situation like this, a camp that is sort of, you know, an isolated location, young people are brought there to, like you said, it's the best of the best, and they are devoted to fine-tuning their craft. They look to those people as, you know, they're all really the coaches, the doctors, etc. This doctor, we should point out, there's another civil lawsuit that was launched in September.
Correct.
By another woman. This is separate. Is he named in this lawsuit with your client? Is
Absolutely.
Dr. Nassar? Okay, so he is. But what's getting everybody's attention is the fact that the Karolyis are. I mean, they were the standard for gymnastics in America.
Absolutely. And when you take children into your custody and control, and there aren't parents out at the Karolyi Ranch, there aren't. The Karolyis take them into their control. They're responsible for them, and they're responsible to keep them safe, and they're responsible to ensure that things like this don't happen. And when you have the people supposedly supervising, depriving kids of food or water, that's very telling of the environment that was out there.
Do you anticipate there'll be other young women come forward?
I do. I actually know that there have been lots of other allegations made, especially at Michigan State University, where Dr. Nassar actually had his practice, and he was there for a number of years. Dr. Nassar, he was with USA Gymnastics for over 2 decades.
But criminal charges were never filed or pursued?
There's criminal investigations currently pending against Dr. Nassar, and I don't know exactly the status of those at this moment.
Yours, again, is a civil lawsuit. Can I ask you one quick question? How is your client doing?
You know, she's doing okay. With sexual abuse, it's not like you break your arm and, you know, you get a cast on it and 6 weeks later you're better. Sexual abuse it's a life sentence. So, you know, she's working through these issues. It's a process, getting counseling, and mainly, in sexual abuse, the harm is where this trusted relationship is breached.
Yes.
It's this person that you were told, he was a doctor, and you're told, he's helping me become an Olympic gold medalist because I want to represent my country, and he's helping me get better.
I got to read a couple of things. Some USA Gymnastics denied the allegations. We should read, saying that when it first learned of any athlete concerns regarding Nasser, they dismissed him from further involvement and reported those concerns to the FBI. And we should also point out that neither the Karolyis or attorneys for Dr. Nasser have responded to our request for comment. That's an important thing to point out. We wanted you to come in to talk to us about how this that your client's doing. Thank you for joining us, Alex Cooney. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.